So my house caught on fire and a tornado hit our house. So let me explain a little more. Let's do this. All right, so first we're going to talk about the tornado we had at our house. So basically, well, the tornado and the fire kind of go hand in hand, kind of, but we'll start with the tornado because it happened first, okay? So the tornado, it was just a normal day, felt normal. Then clouds came, tornado sirens went off, all that stuff, so we had to go to our grandma's, which she has a brick house, and we have a double wide, which will blow away. We would be spinning in the air if, like, you know, we don't go to our grandma's and a tornado hits. So we basically just gotta leave every time there's a tornado and go to our grandma's. So we went there. We had to pick up my sister because her and her kids and all that. And we got there, and then there was like 4 or 5 tornadoes. Or like one tornado that picked up and touched down a lot. Destroyed a lot of things, a lot of new buildings and stuff. It was not good. So like halfway through that storm, it was pretty much over at that point, but halfway through it, my dad and my brother decided to come home. So they started by stopping at my sister's house, which was literally right next to our house. And they we're just gonna check on it. A power line fell right next to her house and stuff. And she lost her trampoline, but nothing much. Then they came down here and came around the back to check the chickens. And my brother said he smelled smoke, so he ran around front, opened the door, and a big cloud of smoke just poofed in his face. But no sooner than he like opened the door and was freaking out, a fire truck pulled up because of the tornadoes that, like, there was fallen trees and stuff, and they were just literally driving straight up to our house. Right when he turned around from the door, they drove straight up to the house, pretty much, because he waved his arms and told them to come because there was a fire. So he pretty much just like waved his arms, and they pulled straight across to our driveway, and then they went inside, and it was our wood pellet stove which caught fire because I don't know very many like technical terms about the pellet stove, but like there's an air vent thing, and wind was blowing into that air vent when it's supposed to push it out, and it was blowing in so much that it pushed the fire up into the holding tank, like I think it's called the auger, pushed it up through the auger and caught all the pellets inside of the big box that stores them and like drops them into the thing. It caught all that on fire. But the firefighters got there on perfect time, pretty much, and they saved all the chickens, all our dogs and everything. I had 2 bins of chicks inside and incubators going. And I was really terrified that everything would have been lost, because that would have been awful. But anyway, yeah, the fire happened. So, but the only fire that we actually had was inside of that, the wood pellet stove. So really, like, we didn't burn our house or anything. It was just smoke. Literally just smells like smoke. Nothing's black from the smoke. Nothing. It looks perfectly fine, other than it smells like smoke. So that's awesome. And now that I've talked about all the bad stuff that's been going on, which we are all okay, we're good, nothing happened. We were out of the house at the time, so we're good. All my chickens are okay so far. None of them have breathing problems from all the smoke that are inside. I'll show you them, do a little bit of an update video too. So, all right, let me tell you some of the good stuff that's going on. As you can see, there is literally only 2 roosters in here. That's because I've mixed up pretty much all the pens a little bit, so I can get the white one into its own coop. These two will probably have to like get culled, but I'll come over here and show you. If you look right there, that's the rooster. And then over here we have the 2 cream leg bars, the black copper Marron, and the black hen. I'm waiting for the black copper Marron to lay so I can get some dark eggs and then breed her back to the black copper Marron rooster. And if you come over here, we have our bantam pen. Now, I know it looks pretty gross right now. That's because we had the bigger birds, but I'm going to clean this. It's gonna have new grass and stuff. I'm gonna leave them inside for maybe a week or so some grass can grow. And it's gonna be just like new. So I have the silky that stayed from my breeding pen that I started. None of them started laying, so we didn't really have a breeding pen. And then these 3 Cochins that are bantams. I wanted a bantam coop so bad because those big chickens were really hurting the hens. So yeah, then you could see my black Marron over there. He got moved to the big coop because I had to get rid of Bowser because we sold him. He attacked my dad, but the people were okay with him being kind of mean because Bowser imprinted on me. And basically, I'm the only one he loves, kinda. So, yeah. So we have him in here. And with all these hens, it's gonna take like maybe 2 weeks for him to get used to him. I'm gonna be hatching out more eggs inside with the Buff Orpington genes because I really like what the babies look like, which I'll show you in a minute. Here are all the Polish that survived the fire. And Silkies and Bantams. Those 2 are Silkies. That's Polish. They're getting way bigger. That's a little Bantam right there with the stripe on its face. Most of the Bantams stay under here because they're littler. Yep. There's a white Bantam. A Seabright. There's a Silky right there staring at me. And yeah, they're doing pretty good. They actually did really well in the fire. Firemen just brought them right out and they did fine. There are 2 turkeys that did good in the fire. All the black ones right along this area, they all were in the fire. But these little white ones, I traded my Buff Orpington for 5 Leghorns. And they're doing fine. They didn't have to go through no fire though. They're perfectly fine. About to change out their water, by the way, so don't look at that. And they're doing perfectly fine. So yeah. And this is the crazy part. All of these chicks were in the incubator. I hatched out 20 of them, but I sold some because I don't have room for 20 chickens. But some might be full Buff Orpington. This one's really interesting because it's like a full brown color. There's 2 black ones I'm selling today. Here, I'll grab one real fast. They're very friendly too. As you can see, it's got a little purple on its back. I marked it because when I was selling them, I wanted to keep certain ones. And yeah, they're all doing very well. Nothing happened to them really. They were inside the eggshell when the fire happened and all that, so they're doing fine. Anyway, that's kind of a story time update video for you guys. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, hit that bell, comment down there. Thanks for watching. Bye.